What's going on, my guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Garrett with Game at the Beach. Very excited to be here with you today because we are back playing some Royale. They just had a massive update and there is a ton of information to try and get through. Okay, so you're going to be seeing my first reaction on everything that came out in the balancing changes. Like I'm saying, you just have to scroll and scroll and scroll. There's so much to get through, and I'm really interested to see what they've been doing over the last couple of months. So let's jump into it. Grab your coffee, grab your device, and let's head on down to Game by the Beach. Welcome back once again. Let's get right to it. Balance changes 23.0. Okay, so changed the level at which talents become available for common, rare, and epic units. So common units, the first ascension was always level 9. Now it's level 5. Second ascension was level 11. Now it's level 8. And third ascension was level 13. And now it's a level 11. I wonder what the point of doing that is. Are they going to increase the amount that you're able to ascend it? Let's find out. Rare units. First ascension is level 9. Now it's level 7. Second ascension was a level 11. Now it's level 10. Epic units 9 to 7. And second ascension was 11. Now it's 10. Okay, why? Talents are a notable change and improvement to the gameplay. Makes the access to them easier, allows learning new mechanics earlier. However, certain units also need the balancing changes described below. Most of these are aimed to increase the demand for units and make using them in earlier games easier. Okay, fair enough. Let's get into some of the actual changes in units, starting with the common Cold Mage. The talent is now available with the first ascension and now also deals additional damage equal to the Cold Mage's attack. Cracking Ice, the talent is now available with the first ascension. Okay. Flash of Frost, the talent has been changed. When merging, the Cold Mage attacks slowed monsters, stunning them for 1 second and dealing 1,000 damage. The damage increases with merging. Deep Freeze and Fierce Cold, these talents are now available with the third ascension. I don't know where each one was. I feel like they should at least say that. Like, it was the first ascension, now it's the third ascension, was this, was that. They do that on some of these, but not the units, I guess. Thrower, the basic mechanic is improved. Repeated hits against the enemy will now inflict additional damage. Okay. Thrower, one of the worst cards in the game, absolutely has no application anywhere in the meta or anywhere else. Whatever. Hunter, initial damage increase from 98 to 100. Damage increase per level is now more efficient, 12.8 to 14.5. And damage increase for mana power up is now less efficient, 75 to 60. Okay, so they buffed it in some places, nerfed it in other places. Hunter, you don't really see it much. Wild Hunt, this is the main one that people use Hunter for. The talent is now available with the first ascension. Killing a boss or mini boss not only summons a boar now, but also grants a trophy that increases the boar's health by 4%. Large Prey, the talent is now available at the first ascension. Now every trophy increases the unit's damage by 4%. After receiving 60 trophies, the bonus decreases to 1%. Oh my gosh, there's so many. Poaching and Sudden Shot, these talents are now available with the second ascension. Buckshot, area damage is now, instead of 30%, now 50%. Okay, that's a pretty major buff, okay? Keen Eye, again, like Keen Eye, I could never have guessed that was one of the talents on Hunter. I don't freaking know. Additional crit chance is decreased. See, why buff in one spot and nerf in another spot? Hunter clearly just needs a buff, right? It's a common unit. Nobody plays common units for damage dealers. Give it a chance. Hunting Season, but it's 12 to 10. Okay. Hunting Season, the talent is now available for the fourth ascension. Now the Hunter's merge rank has a 20% chance to be increased when killing a boss or mini boss. 20%, I don't know what it was before. It now has a 20% chance. So does that mean that, like, before it would rank up depending on, yeah, how many bosses you killed. So now it doesn't have a chance. It only has a 20%. That's a big deal, right? Rogue. Damage at first level is increased from 40 to 70. Okay. Damage increase per level is now more efficient, 14 to 16. That's a minor change. Damage for mana power-up is increased 80 to 90. Okay. Smoke Bomb. The talent has been changed. The smoke now shields all adjacent units from negative effects with a 30% chance for rogues. The protection chance is 100%. Okay. Vigor Bomb. The talent has been improved. It now affects all units on the field, and rogues gain double bonus as well. Giant Spikes. The talents has been improved. The duration of spikes is increased from 6 seconds to 10 seconds. And Slug Spikes. The talent has been improved. The duration spikes is now 6 seconds to 10 seconds. The damage increase is now more efficient, 30% to 40%, 50%. That sounds really nice. Rogue is a super fun card, kind of like Hunter. Remember when Rogue and Hunter and Hex was a deck, and it was like legit? Absolutely loved that meta. I like the fact that they're boosting Rogue. Maybe we're gonna have to try it out and see how they are after the update. I'm down to check that out. But there was no boost and nerf with Rogue right there. It seemed like all of it was a boost, was a buff. That's the word I was looking for. But fellas, if you are enjoying this video, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, like the video, and if you want to help keep this channel alive, keep this channel growing, support the channel, again, that's the word I was looking for, make sure that you guys are going through My Games. If you're going to be making any in-game purchases, go through My Games, link is in the description, and use code BEACH. It's totally free for you to use, but you actually get a 10% discount on the premium pass if you use my code, as well as there's everything in that shop that you would get from the Rush Royale store, so go check it out if you haven't already. I will love you forever, whether you do it or don't. Okay, but here we go. Rare units. Priestess. Again, that's another one. It's got talents. Don't ever use it. Some people do. In some decks, it has a little bit of an application. I don't use it. Gift of the Heavens. The talent is now available with the first Ascension. The tile has a 30% chance to be created after a priestess appears, but only up to twice every 20 seconds. Okay, the mana bonus for merging while on the tile is increased from 250 to 300. Okay, Holy Water. The new talent is available with the first Ascension. When merging, the priestess tosses a bottle of holy water at monsters, decreasing their armor by 30% for 15 seconds. That sounds pretty cool. Is that totally new? The talent is now available with the second Ascension, Prayer for 2. The chance to receive double the amount of mana is increased from 15% to 20%. Morning Prayer. The talent is now available with the second Ascension. The amount of mana is increased from 30 to 40. Sisters in Faith. The talent has been changed. The candles now increase the damage by 16.5%. The bonus after receiving 100 candles is 1%. It's like that one, for instance, it doesn't say what it was before. It's the damage by 16.5%. What the heck was it before? Is that a boost? Is that a nerf? Is that a buff? I don't know. Is anybody using Priestess damage DPS? I don't think so. Not very effectively anyway. I felt like Mrs. Impossible. What's her name? Elastigirl. I don't think so. I'm sorry. Power of Light. The talent has been changed. The damage dealt by the priestess when one of them receives mana is now increased by 150 percent per rank. Bolstered Faith. The talent has been improved. The speed bonus lasts longer, 5 seconds to 6 seconds. Okay. But now we've got Sharpshooter. Sharpshooter does have a place in the meta. Okay, not in every deck, of course, but I've used Sharpshooter in the past in some of my actual best decks. So let's see. Damage against bosses for mana power-up is increased from 30 to 50. Love that. New Foe. The talent available at first Ascension and changed. The Crazy Shooting mode grants 50% area damage to the Sharpshooter and activates against mini-bosses for 4 seconds. Okay, once again, what the heck was it before? I don't know. Explosive Rounds. The talent has been changed. When in the Crazy Shooting mode, the Sharpshooter reduces enemy armor by 1% up to 50%. Stunning Shot. This is the one everybody uses it for. The talent has been changed. The number of targets is now increased every 2 merge ranks. Okay, so before it was every 1 merge rank. Now it's every 2 merge rank. Yeah, that's a pretty significant nerf. The only reason people really used Sharpshooter, it was not for the damage. I really wanted Sharpshooter to be more productive as a boss killer. But nobody ever used it that way because it wasn't that effective. They used it for the stunning shot. Now, they basically just reduced the effectiveness of stunning shot by 50%. So if I had a rank 2, if I had 2 sharpshooters on my board, rank 2 and a rank 3, that means that I had 5 stunning shots going to my opponent's board. Now, if I have a rank 2 and a rank 3, I'm assuming it's half that, which half of 5, 2.5. It's probably only 2 shots, right? So you need 2 rank 3 sharpshooters on your board in order to get 3 stunning shots on your opponent. That's a big deal. Shrapnel. The talent has been changed. The sharpshooter now fires shrapnel when a boss or mini boss appears, and periodic damage from its equal to 100% of the. I don't know what any of that means. Rifled barrel and aimed shot. The talents are now available with the 3rd ascension and improved. They are now made to affect mini bosses as well, and the crit bonus from aimed shots is increased from 30 to 40. Great. Sentry, dude, I forgot Sentry was even a card. Sentry is even in this game. The rate of damage increase for the unit's merge rank is now more efficient, 50 to 100. Love it. Damage increase from 48 to 50, doesn't matter. The rate of damage increase with the level is now smaller. Okay, 6 to 5. Okay. Damage increase with mana power up is now more efficient, 40 to 45. Okay. Grindstone. Grindstone's applicable in some decks. Damage per level, 13 to 15. Not a big deal. Damage for mana power up, 50 to 40. Why nerf it? Spearing sparks. Searing spark. Sorry, there's a little thing on my screen. The talent has been nerfed. Now the sparks deal 250 to 200. And fiery sparks, the talent has been nerfed 10 to 8. So I don't anticipate any change in usability in Grindstone. Again, buffed in some areas, nerfed in other areas. Nobody was using Grindstone anyway. Okay. Epic units. Cold Elemental. Nobody uses Cold Elemental. I've put some time and effort into Cold Elemental as well. Nobody uses it. Now it attacks the first target and deals increased damage to slow targets. Has a chance to release crystals at several slowed monsters. The number of targets depends on the merge rank. At the same time, the crystals no longer do area damage and does not paralyze targets, but inflicts increased damage. Other stats have also been changed. Attack interval went 1.5 to 1. That's really good. Base attack damage went from 50 to 95. Great. Base attack damage increase. Mana power up 20 to 50. Crystal damage 50 to 191. Crystal damage increase. Power up more efficient 25 to 50. Love that. Absolutely love that. I think that's a massive boost. We're going to have to try out Cold Elemental. Thunderer. Base damage is now increased 84 to 90. I love Thunderer, dude. I wish Thunderer was good. Bonus damage after mana power up is increased 45 to 50. These are such tiny, tiny changes. They're not going to do anything. They're not going to... What do you think, Oliver? What do you think? Is Thunderer going to be anything? No. Damage increased from 11 to 14.5. Okay. Now attacks +1 additional targets for merge rank. The Lightning Strike now deals the same amount of damage at the primary attack, as the primary attack. That's a really good boost. That's really, really good. But the damage is still so unbelievably low that I don't see that making a massive difference. Pyrotechnic, another really fun card. Bro, base damage is reduced 139 to 100. Damage for power up is 45.5 to 50. Attack interval is reduced from 1.6 to 1 seconds. Okay. So attack interval was buffed. Damage is reduced. So actually overall, that's a pretty big buff for Pyrotechnic. Damage is lower, but attack interval is much higher. So, okay. Attack always attacks a random target now. Well, actually, that's okay. That's okay. Gains area damage if there's an odd number of pyrotechnics on the field. Damage is now increased by 30% for every merge rank. These bonuses do not apply if you have an even number of pyrex. So you still want to go odd, because then you do area damage. But it's always going to be randomized attacks. So even if you have an even number, like before, if you had an even number, it would attack the frontmost monster. Now that's not how that works. Okay. Wind Archer. Damage increase for mana power up is now more efficient, 30 to 35. Nobody cares about Wind Archer. Clearly the devs don't care about Wind Archer either. I don't blame them. Reaper, they've like tried to make good here and there. It was one of the first ones to get talents. Base damage increased from 39 to 50. Nobody runs Reaper for the damage. Okay, it's all about the instant kill. So attack, interval, and instant kill percent chance are the two that we're looking for here. Damage increase for power up is now more efficient, 32 to 50. Doesn't matter. Here we go. Instant kills have a 30% chance to summon a ghost to the enemy fields. The chance increased by 1% per level. Doesn't matter. Increased bonus chance for instant killing with mana power up. Doesn't matter. Chance for instant kill with level up is decreased. So it's nerfed. Reaper nerfed. None of that matters. Instant kill percent we needed higher. Percent chance. And attack interval we needed increased. Well, neither of those were touched. Trophy Skull. The talent is now available with the first ascension. The Trophy Skull increases the damage done by Reapers 3.5 to 3. Doesn't matter. Mortal Harvest. The talent is now available. The first ascension. Chance of area attack is increased. That can kind of be helpful. Deadly Throw. New talent available at the third ascension. The attack is now 10% chance for the scythe to ricochet at a random boss or mini boss. That's kind of cool. Walking Dead. I used to love that show. It was really good. Up until what season? 4? 5? Up until like Megan. It was Glenn, right? Up until Glenn was gone. I think that's when I stopped watching. And then I used to watch The Talking Dead after. Pretty fun. Okay. Talent has now been changed and is available with the third ascension. Now it additionally increases the movement speed of ghosts by 25%. And the chance of summoning them is increased by 50%. That sounds really good. Death Wish. New talent available with the fourth ascension. Merging the Reaper now increases the attack speed of the Reapers by 25% for 10 seconds. That's a big deal. Oh, and that's the last one. Catapult. The attack interval will now be reduced with the increase of the unit's merge rank. 0 to 20%. I don't know. 0 to 20%. Attack. What do you... I don't know how that makes any sense, but attack interval reduced is a buff. Okay. Crystalmancer. High Arcanist. I haven't put any talents on Crystalmancer, even though it is a fun card. Damage for every charge up to 500 is reduced. Okay. Damage for every charge after 500 is increased. Okay. I don't think Crystalmancer really got touched all that much. Into the legendary. How many legendaries? Oh my golly. Golly goodness. We could have made this 2 parts. Oh, it's all good. Hopefully you guys are like playing, or doing a co-op, doing a whatever. And like I'm just chilling in the background of your phone or on your computer or whatever. And you can listen to all these so you didn't have to read all this. Because who wants to read all this? Right? I do. But you don't, right? So maybe you just got to listen to me, okay? Cursed Treasure. The number of ghosts is reduced from 2 to 1, and after 20 treasures is reduced from 3 to 2. Explosive Surprise. The number of bombs is reduced 3 to 2. Delay before blast is increased 2 to 5 seconds. Massive nerf. Playing at high levels together with Frost, Summoner, and Necromancer will make the enemy field freeze for quite a while. This kind of deck becomes extremely irritating, leaving the opponent playing against it with very little chance. Yep. I agree. But, I mean, a ton of people just paid a bunch of money to play with it also, so. Hurts. Demon Hunter. Absorption level. Absorption of evil. I'm sorry. Bonus after 90 spheres is reduced from 1 to 0.5. Why? Minor nerf. The absorption of evil talent is noticeably more popular than Twilight Hunting talent and has greater potential at higher levels. We want to make these talents more similar in effectiveness so that the player might use both variants of gameplay equally. Fair enough. Bruiser. Base damage is reduced from 37 to 33.59. How the heck did they come up with that number? 33.59. Don't get it wrong. Okay. Damage increase and unit level up to 20% to 21.7. Not 21.6, not 21.8, 21.7. Don't get it twisted. Furious Brotherhood. Clover. Damage bonus is increased from 7.5 to 10. Why is that 10? It's not 10.1? Are we sure? It's not 9.9? 9.8? I feel like it should have been 9.8. I'm going to be wrong. I'm going to send him an email. Why? After being changed, the Bruiser has started to lag behind other units at high levels. So we are increasing the damage as well as slightly enhancing his less popular talent of the first cycle, Furious Brotherhood. Fair enough. Knight Statue. Love me some Knight Statue. I still think that's probably top of my list right now. for next legendary to get to max. I think it's at 13 right now. I got a couple of cards. I think I have like 3 out of 2, and it's at a level 13, so I can get to 14. But I'm not going to level it up to 14 until I can get it to 14 and then immediately 15. So we'll see. Hold the line. Critical damage increase 10% to 15. Stone Legion critical damage increase 0.7 to 1. Soul of a Warrior base throw interval 10 seconds to 5 seconds. Interval decrease per unit 2 seconds or 1 per second. Armor reduction 20% to 25. Buff, 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 buff. Starting with the second ascension, the units started appearing weaker than other support units. These modifications serve to increase the unit's potential and give more capabilities to rival the Enchanted Sword and the Witch. Love it. Boost my boy. BMB. Summoner. Oh, dude, I see Inquisitor down there. I see Inquisitor down there with a couple of boosts. Summoner. Multiple summoning. Chance of the Oracle appearing 25 is now 30%. Enchanted summoning chance of the Oracle appearing 25 to 30. No longer summons a unit or activates other talents when using replacement. Okay. Why? The enchanted summoning talent was giving too much of an advantage to the summoner's owner because effects were triggering constantly, and the unit was appearing when pressing mana power up in addition to great control over the field. The effectiveness has been decreased while the chance of gaining an Oracle has been increased for both talents of the first cycle. Circle. Inquisitor base damage increase from 45 to 57. Love it. Damage increase per unit level 15 to 16.5. Love it. Mana power up 80 to 90. Love it. After a series of changes, the unit has become noticeably weaker. Agree. We want to increase the interest of this unit, so we're increasing the damage that it deals. Okay. Riding Hood. Here we go. Here we go. It's all going to be nerfs. Mana for every merge rank from the hood above the first, 40 to 20. Damage for mana power-ups is reduced, 99 to 70. Wolf's Nature, the mana production is increased. Okay. 25 to 50. Damage increase for Alpha Wolf. Up to 50 charges is now smaller. Oh. 0.7 to 0.4. Damage increase after 50 charges is now smaller. 2 to 1. 0.5. 0.2 to 0.125. Why? The Riding Hood is one of the strongest, most popular units at every upgrade level. Defeating it is possible if difficult, and only with certain decks. Reducing the damage for the mana power-up was aimed at weakening the hood at low levels, while the decrease of mana for high merge rank and alpha bonuses does the same at high levels. At the same time, we're making the Wolf's Nature talent more powerful to partially offset the nerf. With the strengthening of other units, we count on the situation to be much improved now. Same kind of thing with the Sea Dog. I know people are going to be upset. They just spent a bunch of money trying to get Riding Hood, and now they're nerfing it into oblivion. We'll have to see. Witch, Gift of the Raven, damage increase, power up 15 to 10. They're nerfing Gift of the Raven? I like Gift of the Raven, but I really don't see it all that often. Why? A Witch with the Gift of the Raven talent far exceeds the other support units. Really? As a result, at a high level, only the decks capable of using this talent were remaining. We're reducing the damage bonus from the talent to increase the diversity of decks. That means more people are going to play the toxic talent. All right. And lastly, we're going to talk about enchantments, fellas. If you stuck with me, make sure that you have hit that sub button, hit that like button. We're going to get through the bottom of this here nice and quick. Counter Spell, one of the most popular spells by far. Epic. The duration of stun is decreased from 15 seconds to 4 seconds. Holy Hera, that's a huge change. Legendary, the damage duration, or the duration of stun is decreased to 20 to 8 seconds. Wow. Wow. That's a huge nerf. And that's the only enchantment that got changed. After the Mermaid has been changed, this enchantment started strongly influencing the chances of winning. Half the wave time under stun, not that good. And when a toxic deck is used in battle, dealing damage becomes far from easy. In this game's communities, you can discuss this news, as well as look for allies to beat the dungeons, or in a clan and post a referral, blah, 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 blah. determine this week's faction booster. I haven't even looked at this. What's today? Tuesday? Ooh, Dark Domain, Evolution. I just wanted to look at some of these other, because they should have changed some of these, right? It started, they said starting at level 5 now, so none of my units changed. What the? Clown? What the? Genie? As you can see, I haven't popped in here in a while. What the heck does Genie do? The heck does Clown do? I thought that was Mime for a second. Obviously, it looks just like it. Either way, we're going to have to be checking out some of the changes from the update. Clearly, we're going to have to be checking out some of these other cards as well. But fellas, that is going to be the end of this YouTube video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll check you guys out in tomorrow's video.